Every human being carries an invisible language, a silent communication that happens long before words are spoken. That language is energy. It's what people feel when you enter a room, what they sense when you make eye contact, and what lingers after you leave. Your energy speaks before you do, shaping how others perceive you and how deeply they connect with you. It's the reason some people instantly draw attention and warmth without even trying, while others, despite their effort, struggle to make a genuine impact. Energy isn't something mystical, it's the emotional frequency you live in. Your attitude, your intention, your peace, and your presence combined into one unspoken message that the world reads clearly. When someone meets you, they're not only hearing your words, they're feeling your vibration. They notice your confidence or your anxiety, your openness or your defensiveness. Even in silence, energy communicates truth. You can say, "I'm fine," but if your energy is heavy, no one believes it. Likewise, when your energy is light, calm, and aligned, you don't need to explain yourself. People simply feel good around you. That's the unspoken attraction at work. It's not manipulation or performance, it's authenticity expressed through presence. When your mind and emotions are aligned, your energy feels real. It's not about forcing positivity or pretending to be strong. It's about being genuinely grounded in who you are. The truth is, people don't fall for looks or words alone. They fall for how your energy makes them feel. Think about it. You've met people who instantly made you feel safe, inspired, or understood. You may not even recall their exact words, but you remember their presence. That's energy speaking. The calm confidence in their tone, the warmth in their eyes, the sincerity in their silence, it all tells a story words cannot. On the other hand, you've likely met people whose words were polite but whose energy felt tense, desperate, or fake. You walked away uneasy, sensing something wasn't right. That's how powerful energy is. It tells the truth even when words lie. Your energy reflects your internal state. If your thoughts are chaotic, your energy feels scattered. If you live in fear or self-doubt, your energy feels small and hesitant. But when you cultivate peace within yourself, your energy becomes stable and magnetic. It's the stillness that draws people in. Not because you're trying to impress, but because people naturally crave calm in a noisy world. The most attractive energy is serenity. It doesn't demand attention, it commands respect through presence alone. Imagine walking into a room where you know no one. Before you say a word, your posture, your facial expression, and your overall vibe communicate everything about you. Are you confident or unsure? Open or guarded? People unconsciously pick up on these signals. That's why developing your inner energy is more important than perfecting your outer image. When your energy is confident and centered, you no longer chase connection. It finds you. You become like a steady flame in the dark, quiet, consistent, but impossible to ignore. The key to elevating your energy is self-awareness. You must notice what you're carrying, stress, resentment, or peace, because whatever you hold inside will project outward. If you walk around angry, people feel it. If you walk around grateful, people sense it too. Energy is contagious. You transfer it through your tone, your words, your eyes, and your silence. That's why it's essential to cleanse your energy daily through reflection, gratitude, meditation, or solitude, so you don't leak negativity everywhere you go. Your personal energy field is like a mirror. It reflects whatever you feed it. Feed it peace and it will reflect calm. Feed it insecurity and it will reflect chaos. There's also a powerful link between authenticity and energy. When you're trying to be someone you're not, your energy feels forced. People may not know why, but they'll sense resistance. When you're authentic, your energy flows freely. You don't have to perform or please, you simply exist in truth. That's why authentic people are magnetic. They're not trying to win approval, they're expressing their natural frequency without apology. Their presence feels refreshing because it's real. Authentic energy doesn't shout for attention. It attracts attention by being pure and unfiltered. To build powerful energy, you must also learn to protect it. Every interaction is an exchange. You either give or absorb energy. When you surround yourself with negativity or drama, your own energy weakens. But when you choose environments and people that uplift you, your vibration rises. Guarding your energy isn't selfish, it's self-respect. It ensures that what you give out to the world remains high in quality. When you protect your peace, you preserve your power. It's also important to remember that the energy you project comes from self-perception. If you believe in your worth, your energy radiates strength. If you constantly doubt yourself, your energy communicates insecurity, even when you try to hide it. That's why self-love and self-respect aren't just emotional needs. They're energetic foundations. When you treat yourself with care, others feel it. When you value your time and presence, people respond with respect. The energy you give yourself determines the energy you attract from others. So before you worry about what to say, how to act, or how to impress, focus on the energy you're sending out. Speak with sincerity, move with confidence, and think with gratitude. People may forget your words, but they'll remember how they felt in your presence. Your energy is your introduction, your reputation, and your legacy. It's your silent language, the voice that speaks before you open your mouth and the echo that remains after you've gone. In a world that constantly pressures people to look perfect, dress perfectly, and present a flawless image, it's easy to forget that real attraction has very little to do with appearance. True connection doesn't happen at the level of the eyes. It happens at the level of energy and alignment. Attraction begins with alignment, not appearance. It starts with how well your inner world matches your outer actions, how your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors align with your values, beliefs, and purpose. When you are in harmony with yourself, people feel it. You become grounded, calm, and radiant in a way that no external beauty can imitate. Physical beauty can catch someone's attention, but it can't hold their heart. It's your energy, your alignment, your authenticity that builds a lasting pull. People are drawn to the ones who feel real, those who live in truth rather than image. You've probably met someone who was stunning on the outside but carried chaos inside. No matter how attractive they appeared, something felt off. That's because misalignment creates energetic tension. When your thoughts say one thing, your heart feels another, and your actions move in a third direction, you project confusion. But when your inner and outer worlds are aligned, your energy flows smoothly. You become magnetic because you're consistent. You're not pretending, you're living in harmony with who you truly are. Alignment means knowing what you value and making decisions that reflect it. It means not saying yes when your heart says no, not pretending to be confident when you feel broken, and not chasing people who drain you just to feel validated. Every time you betray yourself for acceptance, your energy weakens. But when you stand firm in your truth, even if it means standing alone, your energy strengthens. And that strength is what people feel and respect. It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. It's the quiet confidence that comes from inner clarity. When you live out of alignment, you attract confusion, inconsistency, and people who mirror your own uncertainty. But when you live in alignment, you attract people who match your peace, your direction, and your vision. That's why real attraction begins within. It's not about adjusting your looks, it's about adjusting your vibration. It's about building inner stability so that your outer world naturally reflects balance. You can't fake energetic alignment. It's felt, not shown. Think of alignment as emotional gravity. When you are aligned, you move through life with a steady pull, grounded but magnetic. People notice the calm in your voice, the peace in your eyes, and the assurance in your steps. You don't have to demand attention because you command it through your vibration. There's something deeply alluring about someone who knows who they are and what they stand for. They carry an energy of certainty in an uncertain world. That energy cannot be dressed up or purchased. It's earned through self-awareness and inner work. Many people chase appearance because it's easier than facing themselves. They change how they look instead of changing how they feel. They polish the surface but ignore the roots. The problem is, when you're not aligned, no amount of external change can compensate. You might attract attention temporarily, but it won't sustain connection. People can feel when your smile is a mask or your confidence is a cover-up. Real attraction happens when your energy matches your truth, when your smile is genuine because it comes from peace, not performance. Inner alignment requires honesty. You have to face your fears, your insecurities, and your contradictions. You have to ask yourself, Am I living the life I believe in, or am I pretending to fit in? Do my choices reflect who I am or who others expect me to be? The answers might be uncomfortable, but they set you free, because once you start living in alignment, your energy becomes pure and powerful. You stop needing approval, and your natural presence begins to attract the right people effortlessly. Alignment is freedom, the freedom to be yourself without fear of judgment. And nothing is more magnetic than freedom. When your energy is aligned, you move differently. You speak with conviction, you act with integrity, and you radiate confidence that doesn't need validation. That kind of energy draws people who resonate with your frequency. You stop begging for attention because you realize that what you seek is already within you. You become a mirror of what you want to attract. Peace attracts peace, strength attracts strength, love attracts love. It's important to understand that alignment doesn't mean perfection. It means honesty. It means owning your flaws, healing your pain, and still choosing to move with purpose. People aren't drawn to perfect individuals. They're drawn to authentic ones, those who have the courage to live sincerely. When your energy says, "I am real," people trust it. Trust is the foundation of deep attraction. Without it, everything collapses. Alignment also gives you emotional clarity. You stop wasting energy on people or situations that don't match your vibration. You recognize when something doesn't feel right and walk away without guilt. You don't chase, you attract. You don't convince, you connect. Because when your life is in harmony, you don't fear losing anyone. You trust that what's meant for you will recognize your energy and stay. The truth is, attraction that begins with appearance fades, but attraction that begins with alignment lasts. Outer beauty may impress the eyes, but inner alignment touches the soul. It's not how you look that captivates people, it's how you make them feel through your presence, your peace, and your authenticity. You become unforgettable, not because of what's seen, but because of what's felt. And what's felt most deeply is energy in harmony, a soul that's aligned with itself and at peace with life. So if you truly want to be magnetic, stop trying to perfect your image. Instead, perfect your alignment. Live by your values, honor your truth, and follow your purpose. Because when you align your thoughts with your actions and your heart with your spirit, your energy becomes undeniable. That's when attraction ceases to be a game. It becomes a natural reflection of who you truly are. Everything in life is energy, and every thought, emotion, and action you create sends out a vibration. You are constantly broadcasting your state of being into the world, and the world responds to it. This is the silent law of attraction. What you emit, you attract. It's not superstition or magic. It's the natural reflection of cause and effect within the energetic realm of life. People, experiences, and opportunities gravitate toward the frequency you're living in. If your energy is rooted in gratitude, confidence, and peace, you naturally attract experiences that align with those emotions. But if your energy is filled with fear, resentment, or insecurity, you'll notice that life keeps mirroring that chaos back to you. Every day, you're in a constant exchange of energy with the universe. Your thoughts are not just private stories, they are signals. Your emotions are not just feelings, they're frequencies. And your actions are physical confirmations of the vibration you hold. When you understand that, you realize that you're not a passive participant in your life. You're a transmitter. You shape what you receive by what you radiate. The person who constantly thinks I'm not enough will unconsciously send out that frequency, and others will feel it, even if it's never spoken aloud. That person might attract disrespect, rejection, or unfulfilling relationships, not because they deserve it, but because their energy silently invited it through self-doubt. The energy of self-respect, on the other hand, changes everything. When you begin to value yourself, speak kindly to yourself, and stand firmly in your worth, your entire vibration rises. Suddenly, you attract people who recognize your value, situations that honor your growth, and experiences that expand your peace. You no longer chase validation because the energy you emit already carries wholeness. You become magnetic in the truest sense. People start to notice that something about you feels different. They can't explain it, but they feel it. That something is your frequency, clean and clear. The reason this principle works so powerfully is that energy seeks harmony. Similar vibrations attract each other, just like tuning forks that resonate at the same pitch. If your dominant emotional frequency is joy, you'll resonate with people and circumstances that amplify joy. If your vibration is rooted in negativity or victimhood, you'll keep finding reasons to stay stuck in those states. The universe isn't punishing or rewarding you. It's simply reflecting your energetic state. The outer world is the mirror of your inner vibration. Change your inner state, and your outer world begins to transform. However, most people misunderstand attraction as something they can manipulate temporarily. They say affirmations for a day or visualize for a week, but their core energy remains rooted in fear or impatience. Attraction doesn't respond to words, it responds to energy. You can't trick the universe with what you say, it listens to what you feel. If your words are positive but your heart is doubtful, the signal is mixed, and so are the results. The most magnetic people are those whose inner and outer states are aligned. They think love, feel love, and act from love. Their vibration is coherent, and coherence is power. You've probably noticed how some people seem to draw positivity effortlessly. They walk into a room and it feels lighter. They talk and you feel seen, understood, and energized. These people aren't necessarily luckier than others. They're simply emitting higher frequencies. Gratitude, compassion, purpose, peace. Their energy field is clean, and because of that, they naturally attract the same kind of energy back. The same works in reverse. People who constantly complain or focus on what's missing attract more situations that confirm their dissatisfaction. It's not fate, it's frequency. You attract what you continue to focus on emotionally. This understanding doesn't mean life will be perfect or free of challenge. Challenges are part of growth, but your energy determines how you experience them. When you emit resilience and faith, you'll attract solutions. When you emit fear, you'll attract more confusion. It's all energy exchange. Even in moments of pain, your vibration can remain grounded in hope and strength if you choose awareness. And that awareness is what keeps your energy aligned with progress rather than despair. Becoming conscious of your energy means taking responsibility for what you radiate. It means being mindful of your thoughts, your emotions, and even your environment. Everything you consume, conversations, music, social media, influences your vibration. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, it's impossible to emit light. Protecting your energy is therefore essential to attracting better. When your inner world is calm and focused, your outer world responds with clarity and abundance. Start by observing your emotions throughout the day. When something upsets you, ask yourself, what vibration am I holding right now? If it's anger, release it through understanding. If it's fear, counter it with faith. Every time you choose peace over panic, you raise your frequency. Every time you choose gratitude over complaint, you align with abundance. Over time, your dominant vibration becomes one of strength and positivity, and life begins to mirror that transformation back to you. One of the simplest ways to raise your vibration is gratitude. Gratitude immediately shifts your focus from lack to abundance. It tells the universe, I already have enough, and that signal attracts more things to be thankful for. The same goes for self-love. When you honor yourself, you vibrate on a higher level, and people who value you begin to enter your life. The energy of self-love repels disrespect and draws harmony. The law of attraction is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that your energy shapes your experience. What you think, feel, and believe becomes the invitation you send to the world. So when you want love, become loving. When you want respect, embody respect. When you want peace, live in peace. You don't chase these things, you align with them. The more you focus on the energy you emit, the less you'll need to force or struggle. Your energy will naturally attract what's meant for you. You are a living magnet, radiating invisible signals every moment. The people you meet, the circumstances you face, and the opportunities you find are all responding to the energy you project. When you finally understand that you have the power to shift that energy, you realize that life is not happening to you. It's responding to you. What you emit, you attract. So fill your energy with clarity, purpose, and peace, and watch the universe send it all back in greater measure. Confidence is one of the most magnetic forms of energy a person can carry, yet it is often misunderstood. Most people mistake confidence for loudness, dominance, or the need to prove something. But true confidence is none of those things. Real confidence is silent, steady, and deeply rooted in self-awareness. It's not about showing off, it's about showing up, fully, calmly, and authentically. The reason confident people are so attractive isn't because they're flawless or superior. It's because their energy is stable. Confidence is silent, but energy is loud. It speaks for you before you utter a word, and it leaves an impression long after you've walked away. When you are confident, you carry yourself differently. Your posture changes, your eyes hold more presence, and your words come from a place of assurance rather than anxiety. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth because you already know it. This kind of confidence doesn't shout to be heard, it radiates naturally, like sunlight that doesn't ask for attention but cannot be ignored. People can feel when someone is truly comfortable in their own skin. It creates a calm, grounded energy that others instinctively trust. That's why the quietest person in the room can often command the most respect. Their silence isn't weakness, it's power under control. Confidence that comes from ego is fragile because it depends on external approval. When your sense of worth relies on being liked, noticed, or praised, you'll always be chasing validation. But when your confidence is born from inner certainty, from knowing who you are and what you stand for, it becomes unshakable. You stop performing for others and start living for yourself. This energy shift is what people feel. They might not know why, but they sense that your calm isn't arrogance, it's alignment. Your silence carries strength because it comes from peace, not pride. Silent confidence is powerful because it creates space. It allows others to breathe around you. You don't need to dominate conversations or seek constant attention. Your energy speaks for you. In a noisy world full of people trying to prove themselves, a person who is grounded and self-assured becomes a beacon. Their stillness draws people in. You can see it in their eyes, a quiet knowing that doesn't need to compete. Their presence feels like stability in a sea of chaos, and that kind of energy is magnetic. This form of confidence also comes from emotional control. A confident person doesn't react impulsively to criticism or chaos. They respond with clarity. They don't let external noise disturb their inner peace because they understand that their energy is their responsibility. When you stop letting people's opinions dictate your worth, you regain your power. You begin to move from intention rather than insecurity, and that makes your energy louder than any words could ever be. People may not remember what you said, but they'll remember how composed you were, how calm your presence felt, and how sure you seemed without forcing it. To build this kind of confidence, you must first understand yourself. Confidence isn't something you wear, it's something you become. It grows through self-awareness, discipline, and consistent action. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence deepens. Every time you choose integrity over approval, your energy becomes more grounded. Confidence is not built overnight. It's built by repeatedly proving to yourself that you can handle life. When you've faced your fears, overcome setbacks, and stood by your truth, you develop a quiet certainty that no one can shake. That certainty becomes the foundation of your energetic presence. Think about people you admire, leaders, teachers, or mentors who have influenced you. What you likely remember most isn't how loud they were, but how calm they remained under pressure. True leaders carry an energy of certainty. They don't waste words proving their strength, they demonstrate it through composure. This kind of energy inspires trust because it's authentic. People follow calm confidence because it feels safe. You can sense that such people are anchored in themselves, not tossed around by insecurity or ego. Confidence is also deeply connected to authenticity. When you stop pretending to be something you're not, your energy becomes coherent. You no longer have to juggle masks or fake emotions. You simply express your true self. Authenticity breeds confidence because it eliminates the fear of being found out. When you live truthfully, there's nothing to hide, and that freedom creates an aura of ease. You walk differently because you're not burdened by pretense. Your silence feels strong because it's real. Another powerful trait of silently confident people is their ability to listen. They don't need to dominate conversations because they're secure in themselves. Listening, rather than talking endlessly, is a sign of confidence. It shows that you're not desperate to be seen. You already see yourself clearly. People trust and are drawn to those who listen deeply because it reflects emotional intelligence. This ability to stay grounded and attentive amplifies your energetic presence even further. Confidence doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you've learned to move forward despite it. It's not about being perfect, but about trusting yourself even when things go wrong. When you cultivate that kind of trust, your energy naturally becomes magnetic. You start walking into rooms not to prove yourself, but to contribute something valuable. Your calmness becomes contagious. Others feel at ease around you because your energy communicates stability. Ultimately, true confidence is about presence, being fully where you are, grounded in your truth, and unbothered by noise. You don't need to broadcast your worth because your energy already does that for you. The world listens to energy more than words. When you embody calm assurance, people gravitate toward you without understanding why. They feel drawn to your peace because it's rare. So while others compete to be seen, you quietly stand in your power, and in doing so, you become unforgettable. That is the beauty of silent confidence. It doesn't chase attention, it commands respect through the language of energy that everyone can feel, but few can define. Healing your inner energy is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward attracting the right people and experiences into your life. Every emotion you carry, love, fear, resentment, peace, becomes part of your energetic signature. This energy either draws people toward you or pushes them away. When your heart is burdened with pain, unhealed wounds, or unresolved emotions, your energy sends out signals of resistance and insecurity, even if your words sound confident. But when you heal from within, your energy softens, opens, and radiates peace. That peace is magnetic. It draws in those who match your frequency, those who feel safe and inspired in your presence. Healing your inner energy is not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole again. Many people don't realize that the energy they attract is a reflection of what they carry. If you've been repeatedly disappointed, mistreated, or misunderstood, it may not always be about others. It may be about what you're unconsciously projecting. Hurt attracts hurt. Fear attracts fear. When you haven't healed from past pain, you may still vibrate on the same emotional frequency that caused that pain in the first place. You might find yourself drawn to people who reflect your wounds, not your worth. This is why the healing process is so essential. When you heal, you stop repeating cycles. You stop attracting people who match your pain, and you begin to attract those who match your peace. Healing begins with awareness. You have to face what's inside you. The disappointments you've buried, the anger you've ignored, the heartbreak you've never truly let go of. Suppressed emotions don't disappear. They linger in your energy. They show up as defensiveness, insecurity, or fear of intimacy. The moment you decide to acknowledge your pain instead of avoiding it, you start to shift your vibration. Healing doesn't happen by forgetting what hurt you. It happens by understanding and releasing it. You forgive not to excuse others, but to free yourself. Forgiveness clears energetic space, allowing your light to flow freely again. When your energy is unhealed, it's like a radio signal filled with static. Even if you want to send out love, the interference of unresolved pain distorts the frequency. People can feel that confusion. They might sense that something about you feels guarded or heavy, even if you try to appear open. Healing removes that static. It aligns your inner world so that your outer energy becomes clear, strong, and authentic. The more you heal, the more aligned you become, and alignment naturally attracts what's healthy, respectful, and real. Healing also teaches you discernment. When you heal, you no longer seek validation from those who don't value you. You recognize your worth without needing external confirmation. Unhealed energy often mistakes attention for love and chaos for connection. But healed energy recognizes peace as the standard. You stop chasing excitement and start appreciating stability. You stop craving approval and start craving authenticity. As a result, your relationships become healthier, deeper, and more meaningful because they're based on mutual respect, not emotional dependency. It's important to remember that healing is not a destination, but a continuous journey. There will be days when old wounds resurface, moments when you feel triggered or uncertain. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're still evolving. Each time you respond with awareness instead of reaction, your energy becomes lighter. Each time you choose peace over revenge, compassion over bitterness, and faith over fear, your vibration rises. Healing isn't about never feeling pain again. It's about no longer allowing pain to control you. As you heal, your energy starts to shift in visible ways. People begin to comment that you seem calmer, lighter, more radiant. You find yourself less drawn to negativity and more drawn to people who bring value and joy. You stop feeling desperate for attention because your inner world is full. The love you once begged for now flows naturally through you. You become the source, not the seeker. That shift is what creates attraction. People feel drawn to your balance because it feels safe. In a world filled with emotional chaos, a healed heart becomes a sanctuary. Healing your inner energy also means taking responsibility for the energy you allow into your life. You begin to notice how certain environments, conversations, or people affect your state of being. Instead of trying to change others, you choose to protect your peace. You set boundaries not from anger but from clarity. You realize that saying no is a form of self-love. Every time you protect your energy, you reinforce your healing. And every time you let go of what no longer serves you, you make space for something that truly aligns with your soul. It's also worth understanding that healing your inner energy doesn't only attract better relationships with others, it attracts a better relationship with yourself. You begin to enjoy your own company, value your solitude, and find fulfillment in your growth. You stop running from yourself and start returning home to who you truly are. That self-connection radiates confidence, peace, and grace. You start to embody the kind of energy that says, I am whole, I am enough, and I deserve love that reflects my peace. And when that energy becomes your normal state, the right people can't help but find their way to you. When you are healed, your energy becomes a reflection of love rather than pain. You no longer need to chase what is right for you because your energy naturally attracts it. You stop repeating old stories and begin writing new ones, stories rooted in self-respect, faith, and peace. The world around you begins to respond differently because you're no longer vibrating from your wounds. You're vibrating from your wisdom. The shift is subtle but powerful. You go from seeking love to becoming love, from begging for attention to radiating worth, from fearing loss to trusting alignment. And in that transformation, everything about your energy changes, and so does everything you attract. Becoming the energy you wish to receive is the foundation of deep attraction, fulfillment, and peace. Everything in life operates on vibration, the silent frequency of your emotions, intentions, and mindset. What you project into the world eventually finds its way back to you. Many people want love, loyalty, and respect, but few realize that to receive those things, they must first become them. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want, it responds to what you truly are. When your energy embodies the qualities you desire from others, you stop chasing and start attracting. Your frequency becomes your filter, allowing only those who align with your essence to find you. Every person you meet feels your energy before they understand your words. You can't fake peace. You can't pretend confidence. You can't act like you love yourself while secretly feeling unworthy. Energy doesn't lie, and people subconsciously sense what's real. That's why the key to attracting genuine love or meaningful connections lies not in appearances or strategy, but in the energy you radiate. When you become love, love finds you. When you become abundance, opportunities find you. When you become peace, chaos no longer has access to you. The outer world simply mirrors the energy you maintain within. So many people spend their lives waiting for someone to love them before they love themselves, waiting for success before feeling confident, waiting for external validation to feel worthy. But that waiting keeps them trapped in low vibration. You can't attract abundance while living in lack, and you can't attract peace while carrying inner turmoil. You must decide to be the energy first. You have to live as if you already possess what you desire. When you choose to radiate the emotions you want to experience, you shift your frequency from wanting to having, from neediness to alignment. That shift is what opens the door to manifestation and magnetism. Becoming the energy you wish to receive starts with self-awareness. Ask yourself, what am I broadcasting to the world? Am I sending out gratitude or complaint, confidence or insecurity, love or fear? The truth is, your life right now reflects your inner vibration. If you want to change what you're attracting, you must first change what you're emitting. This doesn't mean pretending to be happy all the time. It means learning to cultivate emotional balance, choosing intentional thoughts, and healing the parts of you that send out mixed signals. When your inner energy becomes consistent and authentic, the external world begins to harmonize with it. One of the most powerful energies you can embody is self-respect. When you carry yourself with respect, you automatically attract people who respect you. You no longer need to demand it because your energy communicates it. Self-respect shows up in your boundaries, your choices, and how you treat yourself when no one's watching. If you tolerate less than you deserve, your energy reflects that and the world mirrors it back. But when you elevate your standards and align your behavior with your worth, you shift your vibration. That shift doesn't just change who comes toward you, it changes who has the courage to stay. Gratitude is another vibration that transforms your energy. When you focus on what's missing, you emit scarcity, and scarcity attracts more lack. But when you focus on what's present, you emit abundance, and abundance attracts more blessings. Gratitude doesn't just change your mood, it changes your magnetic field. It tells the universe, I am already full, and from that fullness, more is drawn to you. Similarly, love is not something you search for, it's something you radiate. When you love freely, not out of fear or attachment, but out of overflow, you become a light in a world that desperately needs warmth. People can't help but gravitate toward that energy. Becoming the energy you wish to receive also means letting go of resistance. Many people block what they want because they cling to fear, doubt, or control. They want love but fear vulnerability. They want success but doubt their ability. They want peace but hold grudges. Every negative emotion you hold on to creates energetic friction that prevents flow. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that what's meant for you will align naturally when you align with it internally. The more you release resistance, the faster your energy rises, and the easier attraction becomes. There's also a quiet strength in not chasing. When you stop forcing connections, outcomes, or validation, you conserve your energy and allow what's real to unfold. Chasing comes from fear. Fear of loss, fear of being unworthy, fear of being alone. But alignment comes from faith. When your energy is steady, you trust timing, you trust your growth, and you trust that the right people and experiences will meet you where you are. You no longer beg for attention because your energy already radiates completeness. That completeness becomes your greatest magnet. As you grow into this state, you'll notice subtle but powerful changes. People who once drained you will start to fade away. Opportunities that align with your purpose will begin to appear. You'll attract peace instead of drama, connection instead of confusion, growth instead of repetition. You'll no longer chase love because you'll realize you've become it. You'll no longer seek respect because you embody it. Life will begin to reflect your healed vibration in ways that feel natural and effortless. The beauty of energy is that it's always within your control. You can't control others, but you can control your vibration. Every time you choose to respond with kindness instead of anger, faith instead of fear, or gratitude instead of lack, you raise your frequency. Over time, those small choices create a powerful energetic signature, one that communicates peace, confidence, and authenticity. And because energy always attracts its equal, the people and experiences drawn to you will match that same frequency. Becoming the energy you wish to receive is not about pretending or performing. It's about alignment. It's about showing up as your highest self even before you see the results. The universe rewards those who embody the energy of faith before the evidence appears. When you live in that vibration long enough, attraction stops being something you try to create. It becomes who you are. Your presence becomes magnetic, your energy becomes healing, and your life begins to reflect the love, respect, and abundance you always wanted. Not because you chased them, but because you became them.